What's up, everybody? Welcome to another SMB3 2023 Warpless tournament. Let's go. We got Yatokami and Assemble today. These folks are not all that far, PB-wise, so I think we'll be having a very exciting race. So today we've got Assemble Me, who has a PB of like a mid 54, and we have Yato with a low 51. Yato been putting down some scary paces recently, including not just maybe an hour ago. And again, Assemble coming up a little more recent of a runner, but Assemble's been putting down a lot of pretty glorious times as well in the last few months or so. So very excited to see these runners play. Just going to give it another minute or two to catch up to expected time. But these folks are looking pretty ready to go. Yato practicing the always ever-present Shaft of Shame strat. Bravo. Hopefully we'll not see that today. Yato getting in some very sweaty fast 7-2 strat practice over there on the left side. We'll have to keep a lookout for things like the routing choices, what kind of P-wings everybody gets, what kind of bro action everybody gets. A lot of times we'll see runners opting for something like a World 5 P-wing, make 6-9 and 7-6 a little less sweaty. Yato practicing all of the, very commonly seen race shenanigans going on. Assemble also. World 4, you hope to have the Fire Flower at this point in World 4, but Assemble, always ready. I like it, I believe. All right, folks are starting to ready up. I think we're about ready to go. So let me chat with the runners a bit, and hopefully we can get cracking. In those last little moments of practice, always good to see. Hopefully they'll switch over to the actual game before too long. Y'all can see what kind of wonderful tooling actually we have, taking the opportunity, especially in Yato's screen bottom left, you can see all kind of fancy numbers and such. So we have a wonderful person from Italy, Louis, who is amazing in his own right, underrated hype, who's made this practice round that includes all of your button presses, the current frame for the level, your current speed, all kind of stuff that's super helpful for practice. So yeah, we're going to count down. We're getting very close to beginning. I think the runners will start resetting pretty soon, and let's get ready to go. Alrighty, dramatic anticipation. Alrighty, we're gonna get started in about 5-ish seconds. So there are a lot of things right off the bat to be looking for. So in 1-1, we see this very tricky piranha plant. Takes about a second. If you want to do a faster strat, it's a little more dangerous though. So let's see what Yato and Assemble do right off the bat. All right, Yato going for that aggressive strat and Assemble going for that much safer race strat. But they're both going to opt to get Big Mario here. And yeah, continue the path to victory. See some interesting routing, taking a bottom route instead of there's a common route going up into the clouds. So I love to see that. We get this kind of scam P-Speed strat in 1-2. We'll see. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. And then in the fort, we're going to see kind of an interesting leaf grab where the players are going to try to get P-Speed and make this pretty tricky. I would say it's kind of the first real commanding tricky jump in the run where you have to try to get the leaf and do a duck jump, which I think Yato's going to do. I see Assemble now has the leaf, so that's awesome, and we're not going to have to worry about that. Oh man, Yato getting small, so we're just gonna have to go back, get a shroom. He'll be able to pick up that leaf and probably do the same grab, but yeah, wasting a little bit of time here, but that's okay. Typical World 1 shenanigans, I think. So Assemble takes the lead. Let's switch to audio to him. All right, moving to 1-5. So we like to say this is the frame drop-a-palooza. So they're out here and kind of in little parts of the run, there are significant parts in which the game does not pull for the controller input because there's so much happening computationally in the Nintendo. And so sometimes it's hard for the player to kind of like reason about that and react quickly because it's just so darn quick. So this is less of a problem, but you see it manifest sometimes. Later we'll see sometimes your inputs can just get completely eaten, munched, and gone forever into oblivion. But these players kind of know how to deal with that. We see Assemble now on the right going to this big tricky jump in 1-6. You want to try to get P-Speed here. Thankfully, Assemble did not get P-Speed, but recognizes that and does a good turn back to not die and belly flop into oblivion again, into the void. And we see both runners making it out of 1-6 just fine. We love to see that. No big dramatic losses or flailing around in World 1. And they're looking pretty close to on pace, so this is very exciting. Yeah, Assemble and Yato both getting this Fire Flower. Now, it's only in this position on the map coordinates, where it's 2 tiles to the left of the airship, do we get the Hammer Bro that spawns the Fire Flower. So that saves a good half second. The timer to end the level is actually when you pick up the box containing the star. So they get kind of a free half second there to avoid the power-up animation in the airship, which they'd otherwise get here in just a few moments. You'll see a question mark box. I'm guessing they'll both hit it. Other potential hype here, anticipation. Same question mark blocks. If you hit it just at the right frame, you can see a Fire Flower bouncing on the box. It's very difficult to do, but let's see if maybe Yato might go for it. I don't know. So you have to hit it. Oh, that was close-ish. So right when that rotating cannon shoots about some number of frames after that, if you hit the box and the Fire Flower is spawned the same frame that the cannon rotates, you can get the glorious bouncy flower. But it's very tricky and doesn't save any time or anything. Just some free swag. Assemble getting some clean kills. Yato going for the ultra fast try hard kill. Nice, good job both of y'all. And we're off to the races, man. We're in World 2. Nice, good job, gamers. World 1 can be certainly tricky. It exhibits a bunch of the mechanics in SMB3, and we see a lot of kind of the fun speedrunning strats. It's not like super challenging. It's kind of similar for World 2. It won't pick up before too long. However, World 2 does have the trolliest of RNG. We'll see some Hammer Bros. Sorry, it's not like the trolley RNG is limited to World 2, but we do have some pretty big decisive factors here. So over to the right on a symbol screen, we see Hammer Bro that has the item when killed. He has the hammer, the music box. There's another bro off to the right that has a hammer. We'll see both runners opt to collect the hammer, but their routing might differ in that the music box is kind of optional, and we might see one runner get it while another doesn't. So that'll be kind of exciting to see and keep track of. Fear not the man with the 330, but with the 343, for he has nothing left to lose. Indeed, Bagler. This level's kind of fun. So one of the mechanics in SMB3, while max P speed is like 56 X velocity units, we can get much higher speed if you slide. Which goes up to, I forget, it's like 63 or something. It's some number higher than max P speed. So we like to try to slide here and maintain that velocity as far as we can. Yato getting a little bit of movement action over there by that Hammer Bro. I think he's going to try to opt to skip that Dom box, though it can be a nice safe strat in a race situation. If you do collect the Dom box, a lot of runners would opt to use it to avoid both the World 4 and the World 5 Hammer Bros, which is a good idea, but you have to either wall jump 6-9, which is nearly frame perfect, 1 or 2 frame perfect, and subpixel dependent, but that can be a good, kind of non-time waster to avoid the bros. Or you have to play 6-10, which is a little bit more difficult execution side, aside from the 1 or 2 frame jumper, but still doable. So there are a couple strats in 2-3. So we pick up the green shell. This is, again, Mario's max speed of 56 plus, which is like halved, plus however fast the shell speed is, like 40. So it goes, that shell just is screaming off to the right. And we love to see that. Symbol's going to have a kind of a hard time. I don't know if a Symbol wants to Dom box again, that World 2 music box, but he's going to see if we can avoid it. Kind of same as Yato here. Very similar bro RNG. A Symbol doing the comfy double shell grab for 2-4, or sorry, for 2-3. It's a good race strat. The consistency can be a little tricky depending on how comfortable you are with that. So those are just 2 really good strats. The green is like marginally faster by maybe just a few frames, so it's a good strat. Between 2-4 and 2-5, so again, a risk reward. Who's surprised in a speedrunning game? You have some risk reward options here. 2-4, a little bit faster, but a little bit trickier. Well, let's just be brave here. It's quite a bit trickier. So we'll see what route a Symbol takes. It's kind of choice. It's kind of also what the bros have given you. What sweet serving of opportunity have the bros given you? Yato getting kind of unfortunate RNG. Let's talk a little bit about RNG, folks. Speaking of lag frames in Yato's screen, good luck with pyramid and lag frames. Well, so let's take a moment, sit down by the fireside and talk about RNG. From the moment you turn on the game, RNG just keeps changing. And every frame, it changes a little bit, mix it up a little bit. But it is consistent in that if you go 10,000 frames in the future with no other kind of factors involved, it'll always be the same. Well, the Koopaling patterns, where you get to the end of these airships and the Koopalings spawn and you fight them and hopefully burn them with fire, those are based on RNG, and they have the same pattern if you're within about, say, 30 frames or so. So what the runners are going to try to do is get back and fight these Koopalings in, roughly consistent time frames from when they exit the last level. So it's not like complete RNG from when the game turns on. Sorry, that was getting somewhere else. Uh-oh. The Symbol did the perfect. Yeah, we don't want to kill that Buzzy Beetle in front of the tile. We have to kind of excavate a way through the pyramid to be able to get through the tile. So there's a counter. Sorry, for the airship, there's a counter that looks a lot like RNG, but is actually just a timer since we exit the last level. And Yato's going to try to get there consistently. Now, since we had all that bro movement and weird stuff, we'll see if Yato actually knows the pattern. A lot of times you can kind of YOLO this boss to Morton, but we'll see. It can be a little tricky. All right, a Symbol getting through that pyramid. You love to see it. It's good to get through, even though the damage is not preferable. There is fire on this airship, but a Symbol won't be able to do that because he is small. But you can get fire pretty quickly in the beginning in World 3 in the level 3-1, which is a kind of a snooze fest water level. So we can just kind of pop in, get fire. It probably costs maybe a second or two to get the fire in World 3, but no fire kill in World 2. All right, Yato, what do we think for this fire kill? Yato does appear to recognize this fire kill and murders Morton very effectively. And moving on to World 3, GG Yato. Have you heard about RNGesus? Mayo, I just noticed that. Yeah, we have to kind of refer back to RNGesus quite a bit. In World 3, we're going to see on Yato's screen on the left side here pretty quick. There are going to be two bros visible, kind of on the leftern chunk. Under the fort, we're going to see a hammer carrying Hammer Bro. And on the right-ish side, we're going to see a star carrying Hammer Bro. The runners are probably going to want to get both of those items because a little further off to the right, there is a bridge that alternates open and close every time you exit a Hammer Bro fight or a level. It's very important that you don't die in World 3 and that you get all those bros so that it lines up perfectly when the RTA runner clouds a particular terrible, nasty auto-scroller, that the bridge is set up in a way that's favorable to the runner and you can just continue on to 3-8. So we're going to really hope that we don't get a runaway bro here. And when we see that bro go down, that's great. So we don't want him to go all the way up, like where he is, all the way on the right side. If he goes all the way to the top, he can run off to the right, and we hate that. We cry when that happens. So Assemble does make quick work of the airship. So we're happy to see that. GG Assemble moving on to World 3 as well. Yato getting 3-2. Oh my goodness, it's just so good to see that 3-2 with such ferocity, Yato. Well, the tail will be passed down through the generations. Getting the P speed and getting through it pretty quick is pretty tricky. We'll see if Assemble opts to get the Fire Flower here. So once you jump over this little platform here coming up, he'll have the opportunity to drop into a little puddle and pick it up. The P speed is interesting and hilarious in this game in that you can chill in the water for quite a while and maintain P speed as Assemble does. And Assemble seems to recognize this and deal with it just fine and keep that fire. So hopefully we can hold on to that fire for the near term. Fire is just really handy. We want to have this power up pretty much the whole run until, maybe optionally at the end, some folks might want to switch it up. Yato going for door 3. So if you're in this fort, if you opt to do a frame perfect door up press, you can also just skip part of the level and go to the final chamber instead of going to this kind of interim section right here where he's climbing the stairs. A symbol showing off on the right side in 3-2 how sometimes not getting the P speed, it could be extra rough. And now let's have a fireside chat about velocities in collision detection. So in this game, Mario can drop pretty fast. Mario can go pretty fast. Mario can drop pretty fast. Enemies can go pretty fast. It's a fairly fast game, he says completely unbiasedly. And those little Kaizo fishies in this game can... Sorry, I'm pausing to see and lament the no P speed for Assemble. Now there's fire here that Assemble can get, so maybe that was nice and intentional, and Assemble can get this fire, get the P speed, and be on to victory. And that was a completely expected graphical glitch on Assemble's side, I'm sure. I'm sure that wasn't nerve-wracking at all. Good job, Assemble. That's very, very good. Yato also kind of missing a somewhat important jump, so thankfully Assemble should save a little bit of time here. But Yato knows the backup. Nice little P speed. P-speed hype, let's go. So, anyways, back to hitboxes though. So Mario goes pretty fast. Cheeps, little troll cheeps go pretty fast too. Those are the little fish that we saw swimming out to try to murder Mario. They're pretty speedy. So it turns out in the 1980 whatevers that this was made, they go so stinking fast that the game goes past Mario jumping on them and colliding with them and jumping off of them. Like, ha ha ha, you did the good thing, you jumped on top of them. It goes past that, and it goes straight to, oh man, you take damage, and everybody is sad. Deep moaning and gnashing of teeth and such. So, that's what happened to Assemble, unfortunately. He got hitboxed. It's, kind of moderately predictable. You have to kind of jump high to avoid that. High enough that those fishies following their velocity quasi-parabola have gotten high enough that their Y velocity is not so great. Yato going for the H jump here. H jump right there. Kind of looks like the letter H. That saves a good bunch of time. A symbol positioning themselves in such a way as to block the bros from running away. We are going to hope that the bro moves right here to save a symbol a little bit of time, but yeah, that works out. All right, H jump. Yeah, it's like something like 3.5, 4 seconds roughly for H jump. Otherwise, you have to do a little excavation yourself. There are a couple throw blocks down there, which are tricky. So 3-8, what a symbol is playing right now. We see Boss Bass prowling, maliciously and ominously down there. If you get eaten, notice that he clouded that auto scroller. So if you get eaten here, that's big bad news. You will lose your cloud. You have to play the auto scroller, which takes a gazillion years, and it's very sad. But these players, again, definitely outmaneuver the wicked Boss Bass prowling for Mario Souls, and he'll be going for the H jump as well here. On just pennies a day, you can keep Boss Bass fed. Look at this crying Boss Bass. All right, sometimes we miss the H jump and we hit that note block. It's very, very tight jump. It's like one tile really on which to land to keep that. So occasionally you can see that we hit that tile and we have the opportunity to do a wall jump. I did not see a symbol actually get a wall jump pixel there, but it was, moderately close. Okay, you really want fire going into Windy. You really want fire. So we love that Yato's keeping fire here for a little while. Hopefully a symbol can keep fire in the airship. If you don't have fire for Windy, she will very annoyingly throw out these little rings of doom that are just really perfectly timed to troll your soul. Yato going for the very aggressive and not sweaty at all. Kappa, Windy, fire kill, jumping on her. It's a good pattern to get used to. It is a little more sweaty, but yeah, Yato make quick and work of Windy. And I just hear my children get home, and I'm going to go tend to them for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I will be back. Kind of boring auto-scroller, hopefully. Yeah, nothing notable to say in the next few minutes, but good lucks for the next 5 minutes. All right. I'm back. Shamelessly gave a bunch of screens to everybody. So symbol over here, 4-3, everybody's favorite level. I see Yato just wrapped up 4-4. Ooh. Yato, what do we have here, my friend? So Yato on the left has maybe an opportunity of boxless, where he can skip these two bros that have a P-Wing and a star, and then he can still box World 5, so skip all those bros without the need of getting the extra box bro, and then he might elect to either wall jump 6-9 or whatever. Okay, well, never mind. The dream is dead. Another pretty tricky P-speed strat. He actually nailed it last night in a race. Let's see if he nails it this time. He does indeed! How splendid. Man, a symbol over there. Was that some kind of nasty RNG that I'm seeing over there on a symbol side? Pardon, I'm still catching up. A symbol does nail that 4-4 P-speed. That is some tricky stuff. So it's a kind of water level that we don't really have to deal with a whole lot. Not super duper fun in SMB3 land to be dealing with water levels, but a symbol got that P-speed, which really helps save and minimize the time in the water level. Whatever you got to do to keep that fire is great, so we love that a symbol got out of there. All right, and Yato going for the ever-exhilarating airship. A symbol getting... Okay, that was good RNG, actually, so that must have just been the cloud. And a symbol, too, will be able to skip the bros and get a movement of 1 after the fort, which is a slightly easier fire kill if you're prepared to do it. I didn't actually notice Yato. I guess he boxed the bros, so he'll probably go for that. You know, something resembling movement of 1, but slightly longer, because, of course, when you box the bros, it takes slightly longer to move than if they move once. Ooh, a symbol going for that P-speed as well. 4F2 P-speed, 2 out of 2, folks. Bravo, cheering. You've won my eternal admiration. Both folks getting this very hard strat, especially in a race. You know, you're 21 minutes in, you're in Germany, and you're like, oh, man, gee willikers, I'm racing against an opponent that's pretty tricky, and them both nailing it is a testament to really their willpower and determination for victory, and I respect that. Sammy D with the raid. What up, Sammy? Yeah, so runners, you know, it's part of an airship apart. I think Yato is a little further in this airship, but it's still a close race. You know, RNG happens, so we'll see what's up. Speed, the airship. Now's a good opportunity for the runners, if they so elect, to change their coin count. Now, if you get the coins that are a multiple of 11, and the tens place in the runner's score is the same as that number, so for example, if it's a 30 score, and you have a 33 in your coins slot, then in certain worlds you can spawn a coin ship. Certain worlds, including World 5 and 6, which are kind of tricky worlds to make sure that your score is correct. Yato, unsurprisingly, makes quick work of the airship, of the World 4 airship coupoling, so bravo, Yato. The World 4 airship coupoling, whose name I definitely recall at the tip of my tongue. And we'll see, yeah, what kind of pattern a symbol gets and how a symbol chooses to handle that. I guess neither of them could go boxless. They both use the box in World 4, right? So we'll see what they elect to do. Yeah, okay, Yato, that makes sense. Just kind of going OG style. They might be trying to get the P-Wing bro here. We're going to want that bro kind of on the bottom side where Yato is, who just got the P-speed in 5-1, which is immensely difficult. I think Yato did this last night too, right? Man, 2 out of 2 for victory there. But we're going to want that bro that just switched. You know how they just switched over to the right of 5-3? So that's what you don't want. So that's bad. So Yato's crying right now. So we're going to want, after this level, we're going to want him to switch back. So y'all use your collective Twitch willpower to will them to switch back. All right, a symbol. Let's see this fire kill. Let's see what you got, or bonk too. Yeah, it's good to be safe. It wastes quite a lot of time if you don't have fire here. So you have that fort that Yato's about to play. That costs about 4 seconds if you have to play big versus regular Mario, and then it makes 5-5 a little harder, makes 5-7 a little harder. So it's good to play good safe strat. All right, Yato does get the semi-favorable RNG of them switching back. The World 5 bros just really love to swippity swap all over the place. They're just moving machines. They're very active. They're very healthy. We love that for them. It does have bad ramifications for the runners, though. So we'll see how Yato, deals with another future potential swap, or hopefully the bro will go down. If we see that upper bro right now, that star bro, if he goes left, we would love that. But we'll see. Symbol entering 5-1 as well. Yeah, that P-speed's very hard. I bet we'll just see, you know, kind of let's not lose fire strats. Yato going for some good upper pattern fire kill. Does get that flower. Let's hope that bro moves up. Oh man, you hate to see it. So this is pretty much purely a time loss, fighting this extra bro for Yato. It's about something like 12 seconds. So that said, Yato won't have to deal with their movements and being cantankerous off screen. As long as that other bro down, there's another bro when Yato transitions here through the tower. There will be a box bro, and he did not just cooperate. However, if he does want to come out, then Yato can get some good cooperation and save some time with fewer movements. So we'll see. Yeah, good tower so far. You like to see keeping the P speed. It gets extra hard because you go left and you go right. You know, Mario seems like Miyamoto in infinite wisdom and correctness, by the way, decided that right is the correct and just direction to go for Mario. However, in this tower, sometimes we see you go left. Look at this. Left shenanigans. Mario going left. Ooh, Yato got the 281. Nice. I guess he used a star in the beginning, though. But yeah, this tower, it gets tricky because it's left and it's right and it's all over the place. Yato doing one of the very tricky parts. It starts getting, it feels like a little extra emotional difficulty, mechanical difficulty after the tower. You know, the tower's precise enough, but then you got to really make sure that you don't die for the other parts of World 5. For example, 5-4, we saw Yato deftly avoid certain doom, and so that's good. So Yato does get the PSP. He takes damage. I bet he probably has... Well, he uses a star in the tower. He might elect to use a star to get back fire in the next level in 5-7. It does make it a little tricky, though he is familiar with how to do that. So I think he's even probably more comfortable using the star here to get fire than just with Fire Mario. So let's see how he does that. Meanwhile, a symbol, yeah, working back on P-speed. Very hard to keep P-speed in this level. And side note, the background in the 5 tower is actually invisible. So if anybody can actually see what's happening in this level, you got me beat. But a symbol still getting through and keeping that fire, which is very important, as we've said. Yato's box bro is just down there chilling in the maximum troll position. We don't love that because it's kind of like, yeah, well, he'll know what pattern he gets, but it's kind of annoying to deal with. Pattern-wise, if you're used to him being pre-5-8, and just with all those extra movements, you can get all kinds of movements of 4. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he got at least the 1. I guess maybe he's just been going left and right over the airship, though, since then. So 5-8 can be another scary level. So the first jump is kind of free-ish, but the second jump can be extra hard because you can fall in a pit and die. This level is one where it's probably more easy to keep the P-speed and maintain the quickness. Let's see, a symbol probably saving a little time over Yato for this 5-5, and we'll see for 5-7, you know, instead of using an item that takes half a second and doing the star ribble-rabble, he'll just be able to move on to victory in 5-7. He's going to hope that bro does not move left and give him a movement of 4, too. I think we're kind of wanting to see a movement of down for a symbol's bro. But we'll check that out. Yeah, very clean 5-7 on a symbol side. That's great. Yato, I bet, is going to go for the fire kill here. This bro is the first bro that is, as we lovingly and affectionately call him, a thick bro. He's a kind of a big boy. If he jumps or walks, you know, in his favorite way, then he makes the whole screen shake and he actually stuns Mario. Oh, we get the great block. Interesting. We'll see what happens here. So when the runners are going to engage him, we're going to really hope that we get the fire kill down, or at least we don't take damage. You really want to go into World 6 with fire. That's where we start capitalizing on, you know, damage boost strats in 6F1, that first fort level, and you want to kill the hammer bros with fire, all that good stuff. So we'll see how we navigate that. World 6, Hammer Bros, similar to every single other world, they can troll you with moderate, disdain, in that there's one bro you really need, which is a Cloud Bro, and there's one bro you really don't need, and it is terrible, and that's the Star Bro. Yeah, Yato recognizes this pattern and kills that Koopaling pretty easily. You get pretty similar-ish RNG here. Symbols Bro moved over to the left much later, but now it's finished. Early on, we're gonna see Yato break through a lock. He's gonna do a Hammer Bro fight, and then he's gonna go into the fort. In the fort, probably, we're gonna see him use Mario's firepower to damage boost on some spikes. It's gonna save just enormous, really huge time. So we're hopefully not gonna take any damage. There are some backups. You can get another leaf if they so elect to do that. But the jump itself is very dangerous, and if you short the jump, if you mess up the jump at all, then it's a big waste of time, because then not only do you die, you lose your power up, all that stuff. You go back, you have to redo the whole, not sped up, not damage boosted fort, so it wastes a good chunk of time. So yeah, we stand kind of on the left side there, that elevator, and Yato shows us how it's done. The visual cue is kind of like that last coin and the left side of the elevator. I like to straddle, Mario's midpoint kind of right off the edge, the leftermost edge of the elevator, personally. But yeah, any strat works, really. There's kind of a lot of flexibility there. And Yato gets 279, which is pretty great. Yeah, bummer. Assemble did take some damage in there somewhere. And then he shoots up, which is a really bad sight to see. And with the different momentum and the different shaking that Assemble does recognize, he takes a really unfortunate death after an auto-scroller in which they use the cloud. So that, now they have to play an auto-scroller, so that's easily, I don't know how much time that was just in the snap of a finger, 2 minutes gone or something like that. Maybe more, 2.5 minutes. So that's unfortunate. Maybe 3 minutes, I'm not sure. All right, we get the typical bro shenanigans for Yato. Yato's going to have to fight this bro after all. And it's extra tricky before, so we're going to use P-Wing. We're going to see Yato use a P-Wing in the next level. And it's a little harder, it's a little slower, it's a little sweatier to fight the bro than, man, Assemble, that auto-scroller is very tough if you're not used to it in Warpless. We never play this level in Warpless, so I'm right there with you. I've made that same death. I'm sure we've all died in that same exact way, Assemble. It can be tricky. A lot of times we'll see runners be like on an extreme edge on one of those platforms, like on the very far left side, way over to the left, to coax that whatever guy that's flying around shooting fire, coax him further left so you can, kind of manage his position. See, now he shoots way off to the left, and you get a better angle in avoiding that fire. So nicely done, Assemble. Yato going for some tricky stuff now. Against a little more damage boosting here. So he's going to try to get going really quick. We're going to try to hit the waffles so that whenever you have Leaf Mario and you make a little jump, it's like the game just turns on the air brakes up to 11. And you just slow down dramatically, and it's terrible, and everybody's sad. So Yato takes that damage boost to avoid that. There's also a timer when you jump with P speed, which I'm not really recalling if this applies here, but there's a timer, and since we just flew with Leaf Mario, that timer expires very soon after you would otherwise be damage boosting, and your speed just immediately drops back to 40, which is just like it's like the pre-P speed, it's the non-P speed max speed. So that's another kind of slowdown. So not only do you hit the air brakes, but you lose that speed boost and have to rebuild the P speed. Yato gets through there. I think Yato has the P-Wing, so we'll just gracefully fly like a delicate bird over 6'9". Gets that 295. Nice. Yeah, Yato's got all the power-ups here. Sometimes the fort can be a little tricky, but with coming in with Leaf, it's a lot more forgiving. We might see him go for a clip. Probably not. With Big Mario, it's a little safer. He kind of went for it. Good attempt, I believe. A symbol does make quick work of this airship boss. And is going on to World 6 with Yato. Yato will pretty soon be going to the airship and moving on to World 7. So Assemble's going into the fort small, likely, and might elect to use the P-Wing, might not, but... So if we see the P-Wing, then they'll probably do the damage boost. If not, they'll probably ride the elevator. Either strat is pretty good. Probably want to save that P-Wing for the future, though, because 6.9 and 7.6 can be pretty annoying. Sometimes when small, you see the star being used as well, unless you want to go for a pretty tricky kill. The timing of these bros going left and right and beginning their cycle of throwing their armaments is kind of random, so of course Symbol getting a little kind of micro marathon there. That wasn't too long though, so we're okay. We're gonna see if Yato can get the first class clip here. It manipulates all RNG ever to give him a glorious pattern in the future. Kappa, no, not this time. But Yato will want to focus even more energy on clipping 7-1. So at the end of this airship, Yato's in on the left side. Yato's gonna try to dispatch of the Koopaling, and then we'll see these little teeny tiny itsy bitsy button presses where Mario is moving a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. That's going to be Yato trying to get a proper subpixel value to optimize his clips into 7-1, which is the level immediately following the airship. So we're going to hope and see that Yato's little Mario is going to move just 1 pixel after this kill in the middle to where he can still pick up the wand, but maximize his clip. So let's see. Yeah, he definitely moved a pixel. I'm not sure what kind of press that was, if that was just a nice, gentle, delicate, child's press for exactly 1 frame, or if that was a big, unwieldy Narf man, can't control my own body, 10, 18 frame press. So we'll see. Hopefully he got the right subpixel, and we'll be cruising on to victory. A Symbol also kind of getting that tough RNG before 6.5, having to fight the star bro is rough. Does get the mushroom in case that other bro moves to the left. That's a good way to kind of defensively make sure that you can be a little more aggressive in the level. Does get the P-Wing, that's faster anyways. Yato attempts the clip a little late, however, he does get the second try, so that's always good to see. Symbol Ninja Kaizo avoiding the throw blocks in 6.5 and dispatching of the nippers at the end of the level, so that's always good to see. I didn't bring it up, but last time, that is an interesting strat in that you can despawn those nippers at the end, which I'm guessing Yato did, and it's very tricky. Ooh, Yato going for the fast 7-2 strat. So Yato going for that sub 51, trying to normalize, get emblazoned in his brain hole the stress and execution smarts of fast 7-2. I like to see it, Yato, bravo. Meanwhile, yeah, Symbol going through World 6, back to hopefully flying over this little gap, saving some time with Leaf Mario. Ooh, takes a death. We'll see. Yeah, I think just going back in small is probably fine. No big deal. Yato getting a 7-3 as small Mario is fine, just fine. It might be slightly easier even with small Mario because you don't have to worry about certain, boxes and shenanigans. No ducking required. It's smaller hitboxes, no problem. All right. Before too long, Yato is approaching a pretty tricky, terrible trio set of levels here. I think he does have the P-Wing, both for this level and the next level, I believe. But after 7-6, there's going to be an option of you're going to play 7-8, in which Yato's probably going to get the hammer. And then do you play 7-9 or do you cloud 7-9 and use your cloud on 8F to save some time? I'm guessing that these runners are not going to play 7-9, though I'll be curious to see, because another risk reward in this game is, do you want to try to clip 7-9? Do you just want to play it regularly? Do you want to P-Wing 7-9? All kinds of options. So similarly, I know Yato is very used to the Leaf, but he has been playing with Big Mario and Star. So right here, he takes a damage boost, which makes this jump different. But Yato's used to this stuff, so Yato gets through it just fine. So Yato is getting the hammer on the left side now. He's going to try to, well, one, maintain P-speed for speediness sake. Two, he's going to try to keep that hammer suit all throughout the rest of the game, all through the journey of life of Mario. And he's going to try to not take damage, else some of this investment in 7-8, the investment of going down in that pipe, getting the hammer, and doing some of that stuff, that investment would be kind of a wash. So we're going to see him try to keep it, and it costs, oh, I forget the cost right now. I want to say it's something like 7 seconds or so to get it in 7-8, but then every level, it just starts chipping away versus a fire kill. Every level, even until Bowser, where you save 6 seconds or 7 seconds or so. Actually, I think it takes a little more than that to get it. It must be like 12 seconds. But then you can kill like this Boom Boom immediately. There's another Boom Boom in World 8. There's all kind of stuff you can kill a little faster. So it's a net. It's pretty much the same. However, he'll have a different strategy, especially in 8-2. He can kill the sun with a hammer because that definitely makes sense. And he'll be able to kill Bowser super fast. Occasionally, we'll see for the Fire YOLO gamblers in the SMB3 world that if you go to Fire Kill Bowser, very rarely, very occasionally, every now and then, you see Bowser do this troll pattern. I think Budsy just got that pattern not maybe 6 hours ago in another race setting. Yeah, thankfully, Budsy kept it together and still pulled off a regular OG kill, but that is always really tough to see. Asimbo over here, we're going to look at his subpixel manip. Yato's in the always stimulating airship, which is another extremely long. I want to say this is even longer airship than World 4. It's just that it goes so stinking fast that it feels all different-y. So Yato's in it for a while. It can be a little stressful, you're 41 minutes. Again, 41, 38 in Germany can be a little stressful. Coming up to hands so late game after a lot of hard stuff. So hopefully we'll do okay. All right, Asimbo, what do you got for your clip? All right, he definitely moved right a pixel. Oh, there you go. I like that at the end. That was another kind of questionable initial subpixel minute, but then all the way at the end there, he just moved just 1 frame. Now, again, I'm not sure if that was like a nice genteel 1 frame, 2 frame press, or a Narfman-esque big stomping, Hulk smashing the right button, but hopefully he got that nice subpixel manip that he wants, and let's see how he does in 7-1. Everybody hold your breath. Give him good general well wishes. Believers assemble. Let's go 7-1. Ooh, that was close. All right, so we did the rub strat. I think I invoked the name of Louis earlier. Again, made really great data and a good ROM hack for practicing 7-1. Some of the findings include, in certain scenarios, that pipe rub that, similar to what Asimbo just did, is good in a lot of situations. So Asimbo getting kind of scammed for half of these. He's like doing the right jump, but the subpixel value doesn't line up, so the game just rejects you. So he had a few of those, but now he got through, so that's not bad. Meanwhile, Yato goes into even more exciting parts of the game. We have maybe 4 minutes of auto-scrollers here coming up. It's going to be riveting stuff. We get the alternate dialogue here that I never read. No dice, what a drag. That always gives me a kick. I read that once a year because I'm a shameless fire killer, and I dig the humor. Thank you, Miyamoto, who definitely wrote that. Confirmed. Asimbo getting through with Big Mario through 7-2. 7-2 is rough. So you just went through 7-1. You had all those clips. You can have a clip-tastrophe sometimes. And then you play this level where if you go in this big pit of doom in the middle, then you waste 20 seconds right off the bat. So Asimbo gets through that like a champ. I didn't see the early part, but I'm guessing just seeing him big, he did just fine. Yato on the right side, we see him grabbing some of those bombs and killing some of those bombs with hammers because, again, that makes perfect physical sense. And that is due in part to, well, one, of course, trying to keep it together emotionally and pay attention and all that good stuff. You need the proper level, the happy R squared of distractions, right? So these auto-scrollers are extremely boring. It's like, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes, including the last World 7 airship. So you gotta occupy your time somehow. Also, more importantly, coming up, we have so many bombs, so many animations, all kinds of graphical mayhem thrown on the screen that Yato is going to try to despawn some of those guys. Look at him just get out of here, get that bomb out of here. Let's kill these bombs. We want to minimize the bombs on the screen to reduce the lag frames. Too hard for the Nintendo, too much work. Ain't nobody got time for that. You easily get like 10 lag frames. I mean, that's hundreds of milliseconds, folks. Hundreds of milliseconds Yato just saved there, just killing those bombs. So we like to see that. A symbol reaching the terrible trio again. Taking the P-Wing. We'll see how a symbol does with 7879, 7F2. Always tricky. Yo, a symbol with the wall, or Yato with the wall jump at the end there. You always like to see it. The swag strats. Lag reduction to save half a second. Oh man. Yeah, half second, I don't know what it is. Between 10 and 20, maybe 30, sure. It's a whole bunch, countless, tens of frames, hundreds of milliseconds, either way. There are a bunch. Yeah, good call for a symbol using a star there. So use a star, keep your tail. Possibly, another option is, we'll see if a symbol does this. If a symbol can keep the tail through 7-9 for the next level, then they can do another kind of a... I mean, obviously this is not going to happen, but now you can go right and left and you can fly over a big chunk and save a lot of time in 7-9. So that's a good and interesting race strat as well. What's really bummer is, and I think, yeah, a symbol is still going to 7-9 because we see the fear and like loathing of that fort, that terrible fort at the end of the run, and it's super intense. A lot of runners will want to, especially in a race setting, or if you're a Louis God gamer, you'll want to play 7-9 because, again, in a race setting, if you die in 7F2, that means you blew your cloud, you blew your power-up state, you still have to replay the fort. You know, it's bad news. So Symbol taking a good race strat move of still going into 7-9, and like had a Symbol kept the leaf, then they could potentially save, well, more time than is relative. Like, you kind of want to minimize the time loss. It's all risk reward again, and it's minimizing the time loss if you can keep that leaf. So that's good and well played. All right, and 7F2, let's go. Oh, clouding 7F2. See, and this is great too because you know you're not going to waste your cloud. So it's here. Later, the other alternative to using a cloud that's very common is 8F. 8F takes about 42 seconds roughly, which is super long. It's the longest level. However, that's also after a lot of really hard stuff where you could take damage. 8F is also the last level in which you can take the fire power-up. So a Symbol, I think, judiciously scheming here. Oh, bummer, 3 hands, rip the dream. Yep, Narfmad GG, Yato. Sorry for your loss, buddy. But a Symbol, I think, taking a good, like introspective look on race personal performance statistics and deciding this is the proper risk-reward ratio that they are willing to get for this run. So you definitely lock in that skipping the fort, also reserving the right to pick up fire in 8F. I like it. We're in the kind of quick and kind of scary and dirty airship for Yato. You got to kind of time your presses. You got to get these rocky wrenches before they're throwing stuff, or get out of the way. We're going to see Yato, I guess, occasionally is going to be on the left side of the rocky wrenches to coax them to throw to the left. Because if they throw to the right and you want to always be on the right, being the correct and just direction in the game, 98% of the time, then you could have the rocky wrenches throw to the right and hit Mario and lose hammer suit, and then again you're kind of losing all that time save. Goodness gracious, Yato is just getting so close here with these wrenches. Yep. So Yato takes damage. That's a big bummer. But you know what we love to see? You know what I love from Yato? I love that Yato didn't die. That is just my favorite part. We got all these speedrunners. They keep not dying. That's great. We love not dying. You lose the hammer suit. That's a bummer. But hey, he'll pick up fire again and ride the glorious trail of ambition to victory still. So it's no big deal. Does get the 3 hands. I wonder if maybe he's slightly annoyed that he got 3 hands. It is always a big bummer to get 3 hands in a race, but you know, Yato's doing just fine. Good job, Yato. Fight the good fight. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a hand, man. Come on. What's the problem? Oh, we got another thick boy over here. So World 7, I forgot to mention. So this Koopaling is a big boy. If he drops on the ground and you are on the ground, then the player will be stunned. And it's a big bummer and you take damage and, you know, everybody cries. But Symbol still gets through it and GG. Moving on to the, you know, ultra late game. I guess I definitely consider World 7 late game, but we're in the final stages of the game, so looking good. Yeah, Yato damage boosting here, so that's a good strat. He has leaves for days, so he might consider taking a leaf and picking up fire in 8F. I think that's the net fastest strategy for him. That makes sense. Again, imagine a Symbol strategy here for clouding the 7F2. Now, seeing that he took damage, I'm sure he's thinking, that was a great idea. Good job, me. I get to take fire again in 8F. You do not want to fight Bowser without fire because then you waste like 30 seconds or something like that. It's terrible to take damage. You hate to see Bowser Castle, you know, a death or taking damage or something like that. Surely no runner of this caliber would do that though, so I think we're safe from that. But yeah, Yato getting back that fire, taking a little time, but you know, it's a good time investment for the future to get that fire, save that gajillion T seconds later in Bowser's Castle. Doing pretty well at the timing of getting in that jump in 8F. I'll probably stay a little more elaborately and with more anticipation with the Symbol, but for 8F, when you hit that P-switch, you got to really time it. You got to nail that timing to get into the door at the end of the game, at the end of the level, to get to the final stage. 8F has got to be a horrific level for casual players, I gotta say. You have to find the door, which is invisible unless you hit the P-switch. You keep going to and fro and back and forth. The D-lag with the tail is tricky, by the way. But yeah, Symbol's doing the best to do that. Symbol looks aware of the situation and is trying to, you know, be safe and still get a little bit of D-lag strats, but, you know, keep his power up as well. So that looks like a good middle ground of speed and safety there, Symbol. Bravo. Yato doing the ever safe, stay to the right, NASCAR strats. We're gonna just stay to the right and we're just gonna hold B. Just keep pressing B there, buddy. Hold right and press B. So good job, Yato, keeping that firepower. You like to see it. We have Yato, probably, I don't know, rough guess of how far Yato's in the lead. It's a few minutes. Yato's a handful of levels ahead. Symbol's gonna try to get this fire power up. Was very close, so it does get the fairly difficult P-speed build with the leaf in order to make getting the fire easier. However, doesn't duck in order to fit into that one tile gap. It's an extremely difficult power-up grab. It must have been some sort of crazy dev like power-up that just stayed there after testing or something. All right, Yato taking the star completely intentionally. What kind of strat is going to involve the star? Yep. All right, let's see the Bowser's Basement. Save that time. Ooh, got the wall jump pixel. Tragically, does not jump on the wall jump pixel. That was very close, though. I like the attempt. I like your heart, the passion, Yato. But unfortunately, wasn't there. If you get just the perfect timing, I want to say it's like something like a 2-frame window. You play everything perfectly with the star. It runs out like 1 or 2 frames before you can star kill the thwomp. So everything has to be perfect. So I think Yato did just about everything perfect except did hit the wall jump pixel, did not press jump. Ooh, Yato pulling a Narf man and taking a dip in the lava, in the ragu. Fortunately, Yato has some power-ups and stuff and is going back for round 2 with Bowser Castle. I'm trying to remember, where did the elevator go there? I guess he was just right off the elevator spawn. Yeah, I'm thinking with that star, I'm trying to decide how easy that Bowser Basement, if that would impact it at all. PO a Symbol, getting the hand, who's surprised? So this hand is actually really convenient, maybe for a Symbol. While you do not wish on your worst enemies that they get hands, of course, because that's not very charitable. This hand, while the longest at 24 seconds, which is tragic, does have firepower. The other fire pickups, especially going into 8-1, big, are very annoying because if you want to do that damage boost or anything at 8-1, it's rough. It's rough. So I bet a Symbol's feeling comfy with that fire, and if you're going to get that hand, it's good to grab that fire. So we do unfortunately lose that. There is another pickup grab for in 8-1. We'll see if a Symbol knows that one. That one's pretty tricky. So you have to either use one of those leaves or use a star. Maybe, I don't know, off the top of my head, maybe a leaf would be slightly better to glide gently your way into victory. We see Yato over there smashing Bowser. He's going to go into the door very imminently. Let's see. Oh, we've been using a Symbol's audio this whole time. Apologies. Sorry, I didn't notice that, everybody. All right, Yato's going to go in the door onto victory, and let's see. He's going to be done any second here. There we go. All right, I clicked the magical button for done. We'll see if Yato wants to join us later. Meanwhile, yeah, Symbol's getting through the hands. The Symbol going to late game. Ultra, uber, super late game. GG Yato. Bravo. 453. Nice. Symbol going into 8-1. These are some terrifying levels, y'all. Just to get in Yato's or in a Symbol's brain here. Imagine, you're super late game. You're playing against Yato. Pretty tricky player. Depending on the race time, I don't actually have it up here, but oh, I'm just seeing some of chat. Yeah, it can be tough. So 8-1 is tough. Ooh, a Symbol does get that P-speed though. And yeah, pulls it off. Okay, nice. Let's see. Hopefully we'll be okay here. Yo, Yato, I just saw you in the chat. How's it going, Yato? GG on your victory. How do you feel? Tell me everything.
Thank you. This, I kind of turned this into a meme run. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like the beginning was kind of awkward, like already messing up the orb jump, which I'm not really used to. I figured going back and getting the mushroom was probably faster than going to the next room and fight Boom Boom. I don't know. And I also would feel more comfortable with the whistle in my inventory because I know what to do when I have it. So, and then like in Word 3, like Assemble and I were talking in the race time room, and he already told me that he shut off his local recording. Kind of turned it into a meme because of Bud's RNG, and then I was like, okay, maybe try do some dumb stuff, show off and stuff like that, and then I basically turned this into a meme. I don't know, but funny enough, it was still 51 pace into Wood 8. Funny enough, if I would have gotten 0 hands and Bowser's Basement, but we all know
the Bowser Basement. I think we were all on the edge of our seat there with anticipation when we saw that you got the wall.
I got the wall.
Didn't jump. That was tragic.
That was
Yato, what was going through your mind right at that moment?
Entertainment for the chat.
Yeah. I saw it building. It was like a little bit of lulls and a little bit of YOLO, and then by the end it was like a snowball of YOLO, and you used the star, and I was like, I think I know where he's going with this.
Yeah.
It's like my grandma always used to say, it's better to YOLO and lost than to have never YOLO'd at all. So
yes. I was also like, I was laughing hard when I had the exact same death like you did against Stewie. I was like, oh, I did the nerf, man.
It was the same exact. I was about to say it at that last race too for Budsy, or for whoever dumped in the ragu. But same position, man, same problem.
Yeah,
early, same thing. It's great.
Yeah, I was like I was anticipating it too. I was like, I don't know, Narfman jumped pretty early here. Maybe I shouldn't do that, and I did it.
Yeah, it's the immediate regret, because I'm sure you were familiar, like right as you see Mario's trajectory, you're like drawing the parabola in your head, and you're like, this does not end well.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's still awesome. Sorry about your 3 hands. Were you in like lulsob mode already, or did that?
Oh no, I called it.
Yeah,
I called it, and from the beginning I was like, no, don't worry, Assemble 3 hands confirmed. I was like, yeah, I'm not even surprised that like it didn't do anything to me. Basically, I was prepared.
Yeah, that's good. I see a Symbol with the star too, and in Bowser's Castle going for slippage as well. But yeah, y'all awesome for plowing through. Congratulations on the win, Yato.
Thank you.
A Symbol gets a little fun 1-up clip as well, the Everyman clip. So bravo.
I wonder if he goes for throwing peace V here. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Don't do the same. Oh, okay.
Oh man, nails it.
Nice.
GG symbol, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
that's
job
what
not
I
dying,
wanted
symbol.
to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I said it for your one of your earlier tricks. The favorite thing now is I like how a symbol didn't die. It's always good to not die. And cleans it up, 356, nice Bowser. Sub hour, nice symbol, GG's. And I will mark them as completed soon and see if they can join us for a little chitty chat.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yato, any other thoughts about your run, or I don't know, the mentality or whatever?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think this was pretty like I expected pretty much everything what I did, so nothing really weird or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, you killed the last night's race, and you did really well. I mean, lots of the levels were super smooth. I know you went for some yellow stuff this time, but I still think it was pretty good. Do you think you're on a good track for like the future? How's your like headspace right now for the future?
Oh yeah, I think I'm actually doing better than ever. So I'm pretty positive going into the next rounds, and hopefully we'll make it past round 2 this time, which I never could actually in the Mario 3 tournament. So
Ooh, oh, nice. Yeah,
and I think I'm pretty confident that I will do it this time.
nice. Yeah, I feel like I see a big trajectory change. You seem a lot more comfortable racing. You seem a lot more comfortable with your strats. So I'm a believer. Paint me a believer.
Let's go.
All right, I see a symbol in the setup room. I'm gonna go grab them and bring them in here. So 1 minute.
What up, Chad? I can't actually see Chad. I don't have it open here. Oh, now I can see Chad. What up, folks?
Yay, we have a symbol here. A symbol GG. Congrats. Sub 60. Looking good. How you doing, a symbol?
Yes, I was not that until the end.
GG assemble.
Oh my god. Like, when 5 airship happened, if that was a weekly, I would have probably clicked on forfeit.
It's like the first thing I wanted to ask you, because I saw you were writing you should have practiced 5-9 in the raids time. I was like, oh no, what happened?
Yeah, like, I was actually, yeah, like, World 2 was pretty terrible. I died in 2-2, like, the pit that is already overflowing with dead speedrunners, you know?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I had a pretty terrible pyramid where the 2 beetles knocked each other off, and I was running back, and I already had taken damage. Now, while I was running back to grab another shell, I died, so I had to play the pyramid twice. So I was like a minute behind after World 2 from what I can play, and then like World 4 was kind of good, and World 5 was actually kind of good as well. But then I went into the airship, and I took damage on the way to Roy, and then I
Did
kind
you
of
fight him small?
yeah, I don't actually. I was big, I think, and then I got hit and stunned or something like that. I can't even remember.
Oh no.
But then I was like trapped between the airship and between the castle and 5-9, so I had to play 5-9, and I died in 5-9 as well. So I had to play 5-9 twice.
Oh
and
god.
had to play the airship completely a second time as well. So I was like 4 minutes behind after that from my normal splits.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
all
that's-
collectively groaned the symbol. I'm very sorry for your loss. That said, I mean, still 59, so you have to play that tragically long auto-scroller twice and through a lot of the airship. To still have a sub-hour is amazing. So
That's
GG
actually good, yeah. Nice run.
A symbol, was this your first race of the tournament?
It was the first race, yeah.
Okay, how are you feeling for the future? Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, like I think my next race is on Saturday against Mizumarin at
Oh, nice. Okay, great.
at very very US unfriendly times, unless you are an early bird and want to watch the stream while having breakfast or something at 7:30 a.m. Eastern.
Great. I love that for y'all. Yeah. So, and y'all are both in Germany, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Awesome. That makes sense. That's a lot of fun. Well, yeah. Thanks. Do y'all have any closing thoughts about y'all's runs?
Thanks,
No, not really
thanks
for
a lot.
me.
Thanks a lot, Northman, for you to run the tournament. Also for jumping in for the comps. I think it's a lot of races in a short amount of time. So I saw you commented one earlier. So thanks for taking over this one as well. Thanks for all the viewers in chat and stuff. I hope you enjoyed my jank as well. Not just Yado's card gaming, even though if I look at Yado's time, I guess.
I janked around a lot too. It was fun.
Yeah, actually, now that I look at Yado's time even closer, it's even more sad that I screwed up World 5 so much because, like, I guess I could have made this. I could have kept this open for a little longer, probably. So that's a little sad for the viewers, but I hope you enjoyed anyways. So yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much for jumping in again, Northman.
Yeah,
So
happy
many
to do it.
races.
Yeah, we have. It might be something like now. I think it's just shy of 40 open scheduled races. That a lot of them have signed up already, but there's so much in the next 3 weeks, folks. So keep an eye on. I think Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 3 is where I see tonight. Tonight is like a block of 4 races, I want to say, all back to back. So y'all keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, thanks runners so much, Yato and Assemble, for joining and running and doing a great job. Thanks to Speed Gaming staff for being on the ball and kind of like always being a little attentive to like numerous things. Like I know one of our techs is doing a whole other speed run, right, or a whole nother race as well simultaneously. So thanks for that coverage and visibility and all that good stuff. And thanks to the viewers like you. You're awesome for tuning in and hyping it up a little bit more. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some good continued races. And I wish you all the best. Good luck, have fun with the future and lives and future races. So bye-bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Laters, everyone.